Okay. In last classes, we discussed about some points about the nutrition chapter. Means different types of nutrition process. For example, parasitic nutrition, saprophytic nutrition, like this, different types. Now we are discussing about the photosynthesis. Means important one, autotrophic nutrition. What? Autotrophic nutrition. In autotrophic nutrition, in last classes we discussed about carbon dioxide and photosynthesis. Next, sunlight and photosynthesis. Next, water and photosynthesis. Okay, observe here. Next, now chlorophyll and photosynthesis. Okay, observe here. Already we discussed carbon dioxide, sunlight, water, chlorophyll. These are raw materials, or these are the materials involved in photosynthesis or factors involved in photosynthesis process. These are the materials. Understanding? Materials are factors involved in photosynthesis. Understanding? These are the raw materials of the photosynthesis process. Already we discussed about first three. Now we are discussing about the chlorophyll and photosynthesis process. Okay, chlorophyll. Actually, due to presence of chlorophyll pigment, plants are appeared in green color and they can perform photosynthesis process. Already we discussed. Next, some other topics are also discussed by you. Okay, now, Miss, in last class you studied about TS of dicotyledon. TS of dicotyledon. Here in TS of dicotyledon, already you see, already we studied chloroplast. You studied chloroplast. Listen carefully. chloroplast, these are present in some specialized tissues. Already we discussed palisade parenchyma. Next, spongy parenchyma. These two are actually chlorenchyma tissues. These two are actually chlorenchyma tissues. Are understanding? Observe clearly. Chlorenchyma means it is a type of parenchyma. Parenchyma tissue which contains chloroplast and which performs photosynthesis process is called chlorenchyma. Is called chlorenchyma. In chlorenchyma tissue and guard cells of stomata. In chlorenchyma tissue and guard cells of stomata, more number of chloroplasts are present. Are understanding? Next, okay, now how can we separate the chloroplast? Can we separate the chloroplast from cell? Actually, in olden days, in ancient times, scientists could not separate chloroplast from the cell because when we try to separate the chloroplast from the cell, to separate the chloroplast from cell, when we break the cell, automatically chloroplast, they also break into pieces. That is why scientists could not separate the chloroplast from cell. Understanding? Scientists could not separate the chloroplast from cell. But in the year 1954, a famous scientist, Daniel I. Arnon. Daniel I. Arnon. He can separate the chloroplast. Listen carefully here. He could separate the chloroplast from the cell successfully. This is very, very important experiment. This is very, very important discovery. Actually, before Daniel I. Arnon, scientists could not separate the chloroplast. But in the year 1954, Daniel I. Arnon could separate the chloroplast from cell. Understanding? He can separate. He could separate the chloroplast from cells. Understanding? Next, after structure of the chloroplast, was also discovered. Okay, that is there. Let us see structure of the chloroplast. Already you studied structure of the chloroplast. You studied structure of the chloroplast in 9th class. Okay, observe. Okay, observe here. This is the internal structure of the chloroplast. Observance. Here, chloroplast is surrounded by two membranes. Okay, it is actually double membrane bounded cell organelle. Actually, it is double membrane bounded cell organelle. Next, outer membrane is, first one is outer membrane, second one is inner membrane. First one is outer membrane, second one is inner membrane. Between the two membranes, fluid filled space is present. It is called periplastidial space. Periplastidial space. Okay, it is important. Periplastidial space. Next, when we observe the inner side of the chloroplast, fluid filled space is present. This fluid filled space is called stroma. Is called stroma. What is the use of this stroma? Number of enzymatic reactions are taken place inside of the stroma. This is the main function of the stroma. Understanding? This is the main function of stroma. Next, in this fluid filled stroma, number of membranous structures are present. These membranous structures are called thylakoid membranes. These membranes are called thylakoid membranes. Thylakoid membranes are two types. When we observe the inner side of the chloroplast, some thylakoid membranes are stacked one above another and form stalks of membranes. These stalks of membranes are called grana thylakoids or grana. Grana means plural words. Granum means singular words. Grana means it is plural word. Granum means it is actually singular words. Okay. Next, observe between the two grana. Some thylakoid membranes are extended These thylakoid membranes extended between the two grana. These are called stroma thylakoids. They are called stroma thylakoids. These are also called as stroma lamellae. Stroma lamellae. Understanding? Okay, what is the function of entire thylakoid membranes? They contain the photosynthetic pigments. Due to presence of photosynthetic pigments, they can perform the photosynthesis process. They are involved in photosynthesis process. Mainly, light reaction of photosynthesis process takes place on these thylakoid membranes. This is main important one. Okay. Next, in addition to thylakoid membranes, some other structures are also present in stroma. What are they? Their first one, DNA. DNA molecule, double-stranded single circular double-stranded single circular DNA molecule is present in stroma. What is the use of this DNA? It can produce some enzymes. It can produce some enzymes used only some enzymes and some some activities of the chloroplast are also performed by DNA. Means chloroplast can control itself partially due to presence of DNA. That is why chloroplasts are also called as semi-autonomous cell organelles. Semi-autonomous cell organelles. Are understanding? Observe carefully. Next, ribosomes. Ribosomes are also present here. Actually, these are 70s ribosomes. What? 70s ribosomes. 70s ribosomes means primitive ribosomes. Okay. Here S means sedimentation coefficient. Sedimentation coefficient or Swedberg unit or Swedberg unit. Okay. Now, what is the function of 70s ribosomes in chloroplast? They can perform the protein synthesis. They can perform protein photosynthesis. Are understanding? This is the main function of the ribosomes. Next, what is the main function of the chloroplast actually? Actual function is photosynthesis. What is the function of chloroplast? Photosynthesis. Photosynthesis has two phases. First one, light reaction. Second one, dark reaction. First, light reaction. Light reaction occurs in thylakoid membrane, actually grana. On thylakoid membrane, light reaction takes place. Because of light reaction, ATP, NADPH, these two are formed. ATP and NADPH. ATP full form you know, adenosine triphosphate. Next, NADPH, nicotinamide adenosine dinucleotide phosphate hydrogen. Okay, nicotinamide adenosine dinucleotide phosphate hydrogen. Okay, or nicotinamide adenosine dinucleotide hydrogen phosphate. These two are assimilatory powers. Energy forms these two. These two are energy forms. Next, second one, dark reaction. Second one, dark reaction. It is taken place in stroma. In stroma. Here what will happen? Carbon dioxide molecules are reduced. Carbon dioxide molecules are condensed and form glucose. Here ATP, NADPH are used. ATP and NADPH are used. Listen carefully. Next observe. For example, here glucose molecules are formed. Newly formed all glucose molecules are modified and they are attached one with another by glycosidic bonds and form a polypeptide chain, that is starch. That is starch. And sometimes lipid droplets are also present inside of the stroma. Inside of the stroma. Understanding? Observe carefully. This is structure of the chloroplast. Observe. Now, mechanism of photosynthesis. Mechanism of photosynthesis. Actually, photosynthesis process occurs in two phases: light reaction and dark reaction. First, let us study about light reaction. It is also called as light dependent reaction. Here, light reaction means it is not a reaction. There are different types of reactions. Light reactions. Here, observe, all light reactions or all light independent reactions are initiated by light. Means there are number of reactions in photosynthesis. Some reactions of photosynthesis are initiated by light. If there is no light, those reactions are not initiated without light. Means they are dependent on the light. Okay, without light, they cannot start. They cannot start themselves without light. Means because light plays very important role. Light can start or initiate these type of reactions of photosynthesis. Reactions of photosynthesis which are initiated by light, they are called light reactions or light independent reactions. Light dependent reactions. Sorry, light dependent reactions. Already we discussed the light reaction takes place in thylakoid membrane. Thylakoid membrane. For example, thylakoid membrane. Just imagine a thylakoid membrane. Here, this is photosystem 2. Here, photosystem 1. Okay. First, what will happen? Listen. First, light is absorbed. Actually, this is the thylakoid membrane. Means, imagine this is here thylakoid membrane like this. This is thylakoid membrane. Okay, imagine entire this board. Entire this board is as chloroplast. Okay, this is stroma. This is the thylakoid membrane. Now this is lumen. Observe carefully. Now this is the thylakoid membrane. Thylakoid membrane is also made up of proteins and lipids. Proteins and lipids. Here what will happen? Listen carefully. First, light is absorbed. Light is absorbed by chlorophyll pigments or any other photosynthetic pigments present on thylakoid membranes. Observe, this is the photosystem 2. Photosystem 2 means here number of photosynthetic pigments are present. Chlorophyll pigments, xanthophyll pigments, carotene pigments, all pigments are present here. Whenever light is received by all these pigments, what will happen? Due to more light energy, two electrons are excited from a chlorophyll A pigment, from a chlorophyll A pigment, from this imagine. Whenever two electrons are excited, these two electrons are received by another protein located in membrane. That is actually here quinone. Okay, plastoquinone. Here quinone cycle. Understanding? Plastoquinone. Plastoquinone. Now, two electrons, whenever two electrons are received by plastoquinone, it receives the two protons. Listen carefully here. Two protons plus two protons. Okay, means for one electron, two protons. For one electron, it receives two protons from the stroma. Okay, totally for two electrons, it receives the four protons from the stroma. Then again it is divided. Understanding? Next, what will happen? Two protons, total four protons are sent into the lumen 2 electrons are sent to another protein. 2 electrons are sent to another protein, that is cytochrome B6F. Cytochrome B6F. Understanding? Then what will happen? Next, from this cytochrome B6F, now 2 electrons are sent to the another protein, that is plastocyanin. That is plastocyanin. Understanding? Observe carefully. Next, what will happen? Next, again these 2 protons from here, 2 electrons. These 2 electrons are received by another photosynthetic pigment, photosynthetic system or photosystem 1. Understanding? Here 2 electrons are received. Then these 2 electrons are sent to another one, ferridoxine. Another protein, ferridoxine. Next, from ferridoxine, 2 electrons are received by, listen carefully here, received by NAD plus, NADP. NADP present in stroma. It receives and it forms NADPH2 by receiving the 2 protons from the stroma. By receiving the 2 protons from the stroma, NADP, it is converted as NADPH2. Now means NADPH2. Now NADPH2 has formed in stroma. Understanding? Means from photosystem 2, 2 electrons sent to the NADP. Means now photosystem 2 requires 2 electrons. Photosystem 2 requires 2 electrons. How can it get the 2 electrons? How can it get? Here, to supply the 2 electrons to photosystem 2. To supply the 2 electrons to photosystem 2, water molecule, listen carefully, water molecule, for example, here water molecule is broken down into 2 electrons, okay, plus 2 protons plus half O2. Listen carefully. Now, in this formed all these components, 2 electrons are sent to the photosystem 2. 2 protons, they are sent to the lumen. Next to oxygen molecule, it is diffused out of the stroma. It is diffused out of the lumen into the stroma. Then from stroma into the cytoplasm. From cytoplasm, listen carefully here. From cytoplasm, ultimately it is released into the atmosphere. It is released into the atmosphere. Are understanding? Now observe here electrons. Listen carefully. Here protons. During the entire this electron transport process, protons are accumulated in lumen. Protons are accumulated in lumen. Protons are accumulated in this lumen. Whenever proton concentration is increased in lumen, then what will happen? Those protons, they try to pass into the stroma, to pass into the stroma. Listen carefully here. There are some ways for the protons to pass into the stroma inside of this thylakoid membrane. Listen carefully here. In this thylakoid membrane, there are some ways, or there are some channels, or there are some proteins, or there are some pumps. Listen carefully here. To pass into the stroma. What are they? Actually they are. Actually they are ATP synthase. ATP synthase. ATP synthase. Listen carefully. ATP synthase. This is one type of protein located in thylakoid membrane. Here what will happen? All these protons present in lumen, they pass through this ATP synthase into the stroma. Into the stroma. As three protons, listen carefully here, as three protons pass through the ATP synthase. Here, one ATP molecule is synthesized from one ADP plus inorganic phosphate. Inorganic phosphate. Observe carefully here. ATP molecules are also forming here. ATP molecules are also forming. Where? In stroma. Where? In stroma. ATP molecules, here NADP molecules, two types of energy forms have formed in stroma because of this entire process. Occurs. Observe here to start this process, first light is required. Without light, electrons are not excited and they are not transferred to next protein. Understanding? Next, to break the water, to split the water, splitting process occurs here. To split the water molecule into the two electrons, two protons, half O2. Here also light is required. Here also light is required. Understanding? Means entire this process is dependent on the light. Entire this process is dependent on the light. That is why this process is called light reaction. What are the end products of light reaction? What are NADPH?
next ATP molecules. Understanding? These two are the end products of the light reaction. Understanding? Okay. Okay, observe once.